It is a gorgeous day and a little bit sunny, which is why I've got the sunglasses on right now. But this is the Scioto River right here. And just down the way, a few miles, is the city of Dublin. The capital city of Ireland is known for its rich literary history, with some of the most prominent writers and scholars in the world. It's also famous for its drinking culture, which includes whiskey distilleries and pubs. The total population of the island is only around 7 million, but because of mass migration in the 1800s, there are 80 million people of Irish ancestry scattered around the globe. This has spread the culture far and wide, many ending up in the United States, where you can find several cities named after Dublin. Today I want to show you one such place in Ohio that leans into its Irish roots and puts on one of the largest Celtic festivals in the world. I thought I'd start off this morning by comparing these two cities, Dublin, Ohio and Dublin, Ireland. But I realized very quickly when I started making a list of similarities and differences, there were so many differences and so few similarities. It's really a totally unfair comparison. So as I'm walking down here to the river, I'll just tell you the similarities really quickly because they're just a couple. The first and most obvious similarity here is just going to be the name itself. While Dublin was named by the founder of the area here back in the early 1800s because that was where he grew up, he wanted to kind of honor his heritage, his Irishness, and so he called this place Dublin. Dublin, Ireland, on the other hand, has been around for over 1,000 years and was originally settled by Vikings. The other similarity that comes to mind being here is that there is a river that runs through this area. And in the city of Dublin, Ireland, there's also a river. The one here is called the Scioto. And this is quite rural. The banks here are just covered in woods and hiking trails, which is really fantastic if you like to get out in nature. But if you go to the city of Dublin, Ireland, the Liffey runs right through kind of the urban area. So it's a bit different and it goes out to the sea. Whereas this area is completely landlocked. You're not going to get to the ocean from here. A lot of geese around here this morning. I'm just enjoying sitting by this river relaxing for a minute. But I'll take a walk through the downtown historic area here so you can see it, and then across to the new developments over there, the newer bridge. This is the older bridge right behind me, which is really charming. It's this stone structure. But I want to just mention the huge differences. And the biggest one to me is just the size. Dublin, Ireland is a European capital city and the capital of Ireland. It has over 1 million people, so it is massive. The city here of Dublin, Ohio, is just a suburb of Columbus, which is the big city, which has a little over 1 million people. But Dublin here has about 50,000 residents, so very different in size. Also, this is more rural. As you're going to see, there's a lot more outdoors stuff right around this area. While I'm here today, I'll be focusing on this area in Ohio and not so much on the one in Ireland. But I did really enjoy that city. I got to visit a few years ago and it was fantastic. It is part of my heritage, so that's another reason why I wanted to visit and go over there. I am kind of Scotch, Irish, English, a little bit of German, a little bit of Native American. So like a lot of Americans, I have a lot of different parts to my ancestry. But definitely my Irish roots are pretty strong. I still get St. Patrick's Day cards every year from family. And it's something nice to think about. I'm even wearing my clan colors today from Scotland, which is the McNeil clan. And hopefully you'll find this as interesting as me to see how this city honors its Irish tradition and heritage, and how it is a really wonderful place and probably one of the nicer, smaller cities I've been to here in Ohio and even the US. Well, here I am. This seems to be the kind of focal point of the downtown between East Bridge and High Street at the intersection here. Something that I am noticing right away walking around this historic downtown area is how cute and charming it is with these older stone buildings, but also a lot of new infrastructure, like the library right across the street here. I believe that was built not very long ago, so that is quite new. And then there's a new bridge up here that goes into kind of like a park and a green space, as well as across the river. There's an entirely new development over there, which is primarily for restaurants and retail. All right, so let's just go across here and see what's on the other side. Yeah, there are so many buildings across the way on the east side of the river. The west side, where I just was where you have the historic downtown. And then you've got some brand new apartment complexes, it looks like right here. And down there, looks like they're clearing space out to make another retail space below this bridge on the west side. If you look over that way, you can see the older stone bridge that I was at this morning. Now, the key difference between this newer bridge I'm on right now and the older bridge over there is that older bridge is where all the traffic is crossing. That's primarily for cars. There is a small path along it, but I don't think anybody ever walks across there, especially now with this one here, because this bridge is a pedestrian only. All right, well, I'm just about across, and there's a nice little area over here with a public restroom and lots of chairs. Lots of green space over here as well. It's nice just to take a break from walking. But that is a great thing about this area too, is that it's quite walkable, especially here in this downtown. It's pretty early in the spring now, so it's a little cold out today, but on a warmer day, this would be just a perfect spot to just maybe sit out here, people watch, get some fresh air. This newer area over here just seems to be kind of a mix of commercial and residential, with these buildings that are 3 to 4, maybe 5 stories tall, and lots of restaurants on the first floor. So good options for going out if you want to. I'm noticing they have a lot of parking garages over here as well, and most of them are free, I think. So that's nice. Definitely makes it easy for people to come over here and, you know, again, meet their friends, hang out, have a nice dinner in a restaurant. Now this is pretty nice. They have this marketplace here with lots of different restaurants inside, like a food court. But you can get stuff from Cuba, Mexico, stuff from Somalia, Korea, pizza, there's a bar. So pretty much any kind of food you can think of. Lots of options. I am noticing that this area is pretty empty right now, but I have a feeling it gets a lot more crazy at night, especially with the number of bars there are on the street. So when in Rome, drink Guinness. You know, the last time I had one of these was in Dublin in Ireland at the Guinness factory. Right here across from the library is Veterans Park, and I believe they also have some trails back here. One of the things that I like about this area as well, you've got a lot of places to just escape into nature without being too far from the city itself. And that's really, really convenient, especially if you're like me and you enjoy nature walks. Just being out when the weather gets warmer, like today. I think there's a stream or some kind of waterway running next to the trail here in the woods. And up ahead, there should be a waterfall, I believe. It's not a huge waterfall, but this is nice. Again, you're kind of in a place where it's a bit quieter. And not so many people. You can relax, just enjoy the outdoors. Well, right down there is the waterfall, I think. Can't really get too close to it though from up here. All right, on this little path here, you can actually come down and get really close to the water. Some ducks down in there, getting pulled down over toward the falls. Hope they're being safe. This is probably one of the most eccentric art installations I've ever seen. Just rows of these large ears of corn here, which I guess suits the area. But if they wanted to lean more into the Irish bit, I think they should be large potatoes. Just my thought. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed today exploring Dublin, Ohio with me. It is a really charming place. It's a little spread out, but there's a lot of nature to enjoy here. You can go to the central area with the historic downtown, which is a lot of fun. Lots of restaurants over there. There's the Bridge Park area. You've got all the new developments with a hotel. I don't think I mentioned this earlier, but something that's really fun about Dublin, Ohio is that They have some big Irish festivals, especially in March on St. Patrick's Day. There's a big parade. And then in the summertime, they have this massive Irish festival, which is supposedly the largest one in the world, even bigger than anything that's done over in Ireland itself. So if you're here around that time, maybe that's something you'd want to check out, especially if you love crowds. As always, stay safe, healthy, and happy, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now. Thanks for joining me today. Life's a journey meant to be shared. Remember to always travel with an open heart and an open mind. Enjoy the ride and keep your eyes on the horizon for the next adventure. I'll see you out there.